Yes. Welcome everyone to Highway 6 to Africa. It's your girl PETRAA here representing on this fine, wonderful, fantastic Saturday morning. I'm not here by myself. I'm here with my lovely partners, TYB and Ron Mollinga. How are you guys doing?
Well, Ron, you take it over.
I'm doing fine, PETRAA. Thanks for asking. Here on the west coast of Canada, it is overcast. I haven't seen rain today. Already been out washing the car today, so I haven't gotten myself an in-day rain. But it's not a beautiful sunny day like I hear it is there. So I have no complaints. Especially hello to hospital patients, shut-ins, and those stuck in their house today. Hey, glad you're with us today. TYB, how are you doing?
I'm good. Too bad I'm good, but all right. I'm all right. By the grace of God, I'm here. Yeah, we are back at it again, and I think, well, this week has been so great. Today is so beautiful out there. So the sun is smiling on us, but don't go out there without a jacket. It's brutally cold, but all the same, I'm fine. I'm good. So we are at it again, and getting to 4 p.m. Eastern Saturday every Saturday. I'm so excited. I get so excited to be with my Highway 6 family right here. I'm good. And PETRAA, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I had a really, really great start to the weekend. Definitely want to shout out one of my friends. I went to an event that she did yesterday. So that was really, really good. Like live dancers, so it was really, really amazing. Definitely want to shout out Big Up Tamara. And at the same time, I went to the gym. So, shout out to Clinch Culture, had my Muay Thai this morning, ready to go.
PETRAA has been having fun these days,
That's too bad.
Either she goes to a shower, a birthday party, and it's all over the place. Gee, she is so, my God, she's full of energy.
Ron. You got a party queen here.
Yeah, that's
right. I love to celebrate people.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, you can celebrate me. I released an album yesterday. It's 24 tracks.
Yay, Ron! Congratulations.
It's just, you know what? I just put it out. I just thought, hey, why not? It's time. I've had the songs for a bit. Some of, it's just
Ron. One thing that I'm happy about right now is I never knew Canadians were so patriotic.
Oh, I didn't know, but that's hasn't always been the case until the last month or so.
Everywhere you go, buy Canadian. Everywhere you go, buy Canadian. Everywhere you go, buy Canadian. Even as they'll say, some people are going around, going to grocery chains and replacing American. Putting stickers on Canadian goods. Say, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And I think it's affecting a lot of American businesses. And we haven't seen what is going to come as yet. Because I think the president of the United States has awoken the sleeping so-called giant up north here. We the North. Now we say we the North. We're so happy that we are doing what we are doing. But in the music industry, we are a family. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to cut down a lot of tolls and all those kind of stuff. But hey, we are Canadians. That's what matters. Yeah.
The three of us are, yes. I will say that it has been the same here on the West Coast. We are being advised to stay out of the United States, not go visiting there unless you absolutely need to. Our premier has also said same thing. He said, make sure you try to buy Canadian or anywhere else except the United States. So as a country similar to Mexico in terms of on the other side of the United States, we're being told to encourage to purchase items from Mexico instead of the United States. It's very political and unfortunate times. And I know another country who was just at their White House yesterday is feeling exactly the same today. So it's unfortunate circumstances for sure. And I don't think indicative of the people, trust me, all of you listeners out there in the United States, this is nothing personal. This is just Canada sticking together more and still loving you as Americans.
Yeah. PETRAA?
I totally agree with you. Definitely support, to buy Canadian, and just I like the national pride that is coming up right now, because like Ron said, that's one thing, especially coming from England and living in Canada, that's one thing I noticed. There was, when I first came to Canada, there wasn't that much, people sticking together. So I do believe that, beautiful things can come out of unfortunate situations. And I always like to look at the glass as being half full and not half empty, But at the same time, some of what Ron's saying is just, it's unfortunate. And like I was saying last week, when these kind of things arise, it's unfortunate that people get sucked in to the bureaucracy and the politics. It's not fair. And at the end of the day, it's the people who suffer. It's not these people in their offices with their money in their big houses. Like, it's us, the regular people. So it really is just I think as we're navigating through this time period, just to issue like some form of damage control, and think about afterwards. Think about the aftermath. Don't think about just now. Think about where we're gonna go, where we're gonna be from now. And I think if we also think about where we want to be after this time period subsides, it also will determine like what action steps we take now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah. It's true. And it's actually, in one respect, the positive side of this is for us who are Canadians, it's nice to see the patrioticness, us feeling that way. I would say I'm not ashamed of that. And I think that's really something that we should be proud of. And we do have a beautiful country here, beautiful people. And so it's just something where we need to, I agree, PETRAA, look at the glass as half full as half instead of half empty. Nice positive approach.
Yeah. And we are ready to rock and roll, because the thing is, in the music industry too, I mean, let me digress a little bit. The music industry too, social media is exposing a lot of thing that is going on in the social media space, and I've been sharing some stuff with you, and that's a different thing that we'll be discussing with respect to streaming and all those kind of stuff, and the biases and the greediness and all those kind of stuff. I think musicians or artists have been taking for a ride for quite a long time, but I think going independent, I think, is the way to go. Because some of our brothers and sisters in this industry, sometimes have taken things for granted that, well, I want to sign this. I've been through that. I refuse to sign under some certain labels, and I'm left standing. And so many people have been taken advantage of, in terms of, people just will go out there and say, oh, well, check my Spotify, kind of handle, and you see how many streams and all those kind of stuff. It means zilch. Because if you're streamed 200,000 times, 400,000 times, 500,000 times, how much do you make? Zilch. $20.
You're still broke.
Broke. But the person who is making the money is Spotify itself. I think we discussed about the fact that, the owner, the CEO of Spotify made what, $24 billion? I
think it was six a year.
Something. If you put Rihanna, Beyonce, and all those top artists.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
So if you put what they made, last year together, man, they don't even reach what this guy made. And yet, if they didn't make it, and then if you are not within that sort of tier, how much have you made? Nothing. So I think artists will have to be looking at going indie and then, promoting themselves in terms of going out there to play live. I mean, if you go out there to play live, ticket sales, if 2 or 3 people appear where you are playing and you are selling it for $30 a pop, you've made 90 bucks right there. And take everything out of it. At least end of the day, you see money coming to you, not going the other way. So I think one way or the other, we have to be very, very vigilant and make sure that whatever we've worked for, we get it. Because gone are the days where people wrapping themselves around labels and stuff like that. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying signing contracts. I mean, signing under labels are not good. I'm not saying that, but you got to think. You've got to think. I mean, I think I said something also to you about how Ticket Nation and Live Nation and all these kind of others. Some of these big organizations are they've gone public in terms of things that they do. They are merging, and artists are ending up paying up for where they perform at and stuff like that. So I think we have to be very vigilant. I think we've lost Tracy for a moment, but PETRAA, any comments?
Yeah, sure. I agree with you in the sense that I do believe that artists should be independent. Like you should be free.
Mhm.
Any artist should be free to make the kind of music they want to make, and there shouldn't be a monopoly on the market. The reality is there is a monopoly on the market, and we know that the major conglomerates, they hold that share. Before I get to that, my biggest thing is like, how did it get this far? How did it get to the point where Spotify was able or is able to do what they're doing? Why does a platform that doesn't make music get to the point where it makes more money than the people that actually make it?
That's right.
Like, it doesn't make sense. In business, the music industry doesn't make sense. But if this music business is what 90% business and 10% music, but the 90% doesn't make sense, then is it really business? It's just a monopoly to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the business structure doesn't make sense, that the people who are making the music make the least amount of money. Then what is this whole shenanigan? Sometimes, like, I sit and question to myself, what is this shenanigan that is really taking place? If that the people who are the producers, aren't the producers, like the people that make something, are supposed to make the most because they're the ones that made it, but that's not happening in the music industry. It's a lot of it is exploitation. And when you sign to these major organizations, a lot of exploitation is taking place. And a lot of these artists, they sign to these labels at very young ages when they have no idea about the music industry. Some of their parents don't even know about it. They get flashed this contract with all this money, and they get sold a dream. And then 10, 20 years later, we get Justin Bieber. Like, everybody's so sad about what is going on with Justin Bieber right now. And he's Canadian, So as Canadians, it's like, like, what is this whole setup? Like, who, like, the people who are profiting and are making money and from this industry, like, it's not the people who, it's not in proportion. Something is not right. So I understand on a spiritual level why this industry is breaking down, because this entire structure doesn't make sense. It's not fair. There's so much innocent bloodshed and tears that I've cried on the backs of other people who profited and exploited them, So back to the point about arts being independent. Yeah, definitely follow that road. Be independent, and have an idea and a plan of what it is you want to do. But I feel like because the way the industry has changed over time, the structure is different. You will be able to gain success. However, if you want mass success, like these celebrities that we see on TV, you have to understand going into it what the end of that road is, like To be honest, like I haven't really seen that many artists get rich from record contracts or from the industry. And I say rich not just because you see them with the big houses and cars and everything. The reality is a lot of them people are tied up into debt. You know, the continuing a false lifestyle that they have to make this money so they can keep fooling the masses when that's not authentically who they are. So yeah, I have a lot to say on this. We can talk the whole show, you know?
That's right.
And PETRAA, I can't disagree with anything you're saying. How could I? I'm glad for my sake, personally. I don't have any debt whatsoever, none. And I can just go and record songs I want to. I can put them on wherever I want. And if they don't make me $1 million or they don't make me $10, then I'd be surprised if my songs make me $10 on Spotify. I don't care. I'm just doing it because I love music. And I think personally, if you're not doing it for anything other than it comes from the heart and money is your first priority, I think you're in this business or you're in the industry. I don't want to call it a business anymore. As much as this industry, you're really doing this for the wrong reason. If you're in there to make the money, I say to you, get into loving it first, because that is going to keep you in it. And whether you make it or not, whatever make it means, to me, I made it fine. I'm happy. I don't have to worry about anything. However, if you're one of those that is relying on the money aspect of things, I'm sorry to say this business or this industry is so crucial or so critical and so vicious, it'll rip every cent out of you. I'm sorry to say, yes, we see some millionaires, you know, the Drakes from Canada. I don't take anything away from anybody like The Weeknd who's made millions doing this. Kudos to you. Great for you. I am happy for you. That's great. If that's as long as you're happy doing this. Yeah. But if you're doing it for the money only, I say sorry, because like we were pointing out last week, if your song is being put on a platform where the people you doing the platform are making all the money, to me, that is just sad. Very sad. And so I think do it because you enjoy it. You love stepping. I love stepping on stage. I love playing with others and getting on stage. There's nothing like it. I just love it. And that's just a byproduct of your what you're doing. But I don't even care personally. If they're my songs, I'll go out and play somebody else's songs and a cover band and have just as much fun and probably make more money on stage in one night than I will all year by putting my songs on social media.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Did I tell you about I performed at a place and we were supposed to perform for 1 hour. So no, suck. It was a conference. No. Boom, 10 minutes, $10,000. Oh no, we are not done. We didn't I didn't even finish the first song. First song. Oh no, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, we're ready to. We just wanted you to be here, you know, to grace the occasion. Okay, give it to me. Boom. Out of the stage and $10,000 for 10 minutes, right? So I think what we discussed over the past couple of months is that if you're an artist right now in this industry, go out there to perform, because that is what is going to come up too. If you do not have a band behind you, or even playbacks and stuff like that, will be a thing of the past, because people would like to see how you do it. Because AI, well, they call me PETRAA and PETRAA and Ron always call me Mr. AI. I love the topic because we have to face facts. AI is going to change the trajectory. It is. It is fear. It's not going away, and we haven't even seen the best and the worst of it. I'm not saying that it's not going to be beneficial. Yes, but from where I sit, having been in this industry for so many years, I've seen the best and the worst of it. If you are an artist there, please think about going out there to perform and then to take your money and run. But if you're going to be relying on streaming platforms and stuff like that and thinking you're going to make money, you may be in the wrong business. PETRAA, I think Tracey is ready for us. Over to you.
Most definitely. Well, it's definitely been great touching base, and those that listen to us every week know that we could talk about this topic forever.
Yes.
Well, we have a wonderful artist that's going to be gracing us today. We're really excited to talk to her, Tracey Gray. Hi, Tracey. How are you? Are
You
you
muted.
muted,
You
Tracey?
muted.
Hello,
Aha.
hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How's everyone doing too?
We're doing good. Your sounds a little bit low. If there's a way you could turn it up, that'd be awesome, just so we could hear you. All the listeners can hear you all over the world.
Hi, is it okay now? Is it okay?
If we can make it louder, it'd be better, but we can still hear a little bit.
Hello, is it okay?
Yeah, it's a bit better than it was, for sure. Yeah, so how you doing today, Tracey?
I'm okay. It's a good day today. It's late
Hmm.
here though, but I'm okay.
Awesome, awesome. And yeah, if you want to just share with our listeners where you joining us from.
Can you come again?
Yeah, where are you joining us from?
Um, I, I'm in Accra from Ghana, and
Nice, nice.
like Amasaman.
I can
Yes.
barely hear
Yeah,
you.
it's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
The way you can turn yourself up, that we'd love that.
If you can boom it up a little bit for us,
Mhm.
that'd be awesomely
Hi,
awesome.
i- is it okay?
Yeah,
Is it better
Yeah.
now?
way
Way
better.
better.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, Tracy. So yeah, I'd love to ask you, can you just share with our listeners who is Tracey Gray?
Hi, so I'm Tracy Gray, and I've been doing music since I left high school. I wrote my first song in high school, and I recorded my first song after high school, and since then, it's been an on and off thing in the music scene because it's not what I do, like entirely. But then I like to explore when it comes to music. I like to do different genres. If you've listened to any of my songs, I really like to explore different genres, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's me. I like to think of myself as versatile, and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. And shout out to your listeners. Shout out to Jeremiah and Vibe Along TV that are also tuned in. So yes, Tracy, I wanted to ask you as well. So can you just share with the listeners like what made you get into music? Like why music? Of anything you could do in the world.
Wow. So there was this show Christina Aguilera did in 2000. I think she performed the show in 2000, and I was like 4 by then.
Ah.
And I remember just walking around in the living room, and that show was playing, and it just caught my attention, and I was glued to the TV for the whole thing, and I was just watching her thinking, who is this woman? Like, she looked so brave. I think she was performing Fighter at the moment, and she looked so awesome. I was thinking, I want to be like her. I want to do this. I want to be like her. So yeah, that was what sparked the initial, my initial feeling to go into music. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And can you just share with us before I pass it over to Ron? Can you just share with us, like, can you just describe your sound for the listeners?
I would say I'm more of an English-based singer, even though I stay in Ghana. Most people would like expect you to maybe sing in a language from Ghana, but then my comfort zone is English, so I sing in English, and I like to refer myself as a pop artist. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Thank you,
Awesome.
Tracy. Ron?
Yeah, and that comes over to probably my first question for you, Tracy. What's it like living in a country like Ghana where, say, genres like Afrobeat are more popular? And I know that you do more pop sort of stuff. What's that been like for you? being in a society where they're saying to you, you know, why don't you do Afrobeat and you're doing more pop stuff? How's that been for you? How's that?
So when I started doing music, I got a lot of people telling me what to do because I was young and I just started. So I wanted to like people please. So I was doing a lot of things people wanted me to do. And along the line, I felt that wasn't really me because whatever thing I do, I come back to wanting to do pop. I found myself writing a lot of pop songs and rock inspired songs, listening to artists like Justin Bieber and Christina Aguilera, Michael Jackson, and I felt, yeah, I want to do that. You know, it's hard growing up here and trying to like break free from that expectation from people. So yeah, it takes a lot to go into this kind of genre, what I'm doing right now, and it's sadly it's not promising, but we are still pursuing that journey here. We are hoping.
Good for you, Tracy, because I think you have to do what comes from the heart rather than what you're getting pressure to do. Because if you're doing stuff that really isn't coming from the heart, that makes it really difficult to write your best stuff. That's my thoughts on this. I don't think I'd get a disagreement from either TYB or PETRAA on that. So you mentioned some of your influences. Tell us some more about who's influenced you in terms of getting the sound that you have, which is the Tracy Gray sound, which is awesome in songs like Dangerous. So tell us a little more about who's influenced you.
Yeah, it's my biggest influence is Michael Jackson. But I don't dance like Michael Jackson.
Oh, he sucks. Oh, he's terrible. He was terrible. Why would I him?
Yeah. So it's Michael. I like the way he starts his music. I like the way he thinks about music. It's not something, he doesn't think of it as rules. He just follows his feelings and what he feels like he should put in certain places. That's what he does. And how he really sings is, he sings from his heart when he's singing, and he writes from his heart as well. So he's multi-talented and very diverse. And I don't know, if you don't look up to Michael, I don't know what you are doing in the music industry.
Yeah, that's like saying I don't like the Beatles. Anybody in the music industry would never say that because they'd be going, "Come on, you don't have to."
Don't say that. Ron, don't say that. PETRAA, don't say that.
No. You don't have to love the Beatles, but you sure have to be able to appreciate what they did.
You gotta love the Beatles, man. Come on, Ron.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Beatles, man, big influence on so many people. TYB, go ahead.
Yeah, Tracy, welcome to Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. Well. You said you first when you were 4, Christina Aguilera, right? Yeah, I mean, you that's right. Well, that's awesome. That was an early age, and it tells me that you had the influences right from the beginning. I also did the same thing when I was growing up in Ghana. I was a little boy, but then I caught it, and then it became a bug. Ghanaians, we love music and stuff like that. You said you wrote your music. At what age did you write your first music, and what was the title of the music? Do you remember?
I do. So I was in my first year in high school, and the title was All I Need, but I don't remember how it goes. The title was All I Need, and I think I was like 16, 15. I wrote that song.
Yeah. You still remember it, or the lyrics? And why did you write? Why did you write All I Need?
All I Need. It was it's like alternative pop inspired song. Alternative rock, between alternative rock and alternative pop. But I don't remember how it goes.
That's all right. We are not going to ask you to sing right now.
Yeah, okay.
all, all I need is you for not you to ask me to sing it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why she
That's
sung
right.
it.
That's right. Yeah, great, great, great listening to you. Tell you what, when I got your music, and then we asked some of our DJs to be playing it, it's hot. Your music is very, very, very hot.
Thank
The
you.
influences, like we've had a lot of artists coming through here, and coming from Ghana, people who have expected you to either play hip life or go the Afrobeats way, and you've chosen just like some few African artists there now who are coming out of it, because I think they want to come out of the shadows of Afrobeats and stuff like that. What made you? I just want to let the listeners know, because we have over 100 countries listening to you right now. What made you choose that path? Because everybody would have expected you, just like if I'm from Nigeria, oh, you're an artist. Oh, do you play Afrobeat? No, there are some Afrobeat Nigerian artists who are in the divergent way of um, creating music. What made you choose that route?
Well, like I said earlier, I didn't really think. I didn't really. It wasn't my first instinct to want to do these genres you mentioned, like high life and uh, genres well known to African artists. And I think as a musician, as an artist, you are supposed to redefine the industry. You are supposed to create something that is provocative. Like, I'm coming from Ghana.
Mhm.
Who would expect me to sing rock? That's the thing. But that was not my aim. I really like to write songs like that. I connect with these genres a lot, and it comes easier to me than Afrobeat or high life. I get lost in Afrobeat. I don't know what to do, but then I can figure it out. I can figure it out because, yeah, as an artist, you're supposed to know the basics. So I don't think, you're supposed to follow the trend as an artist. You're supposed to create something. I mean, your job is to create. So you're supposed to create and then, inspire people in a different way that isn't very common. I mean, you're an artist, so create something that is art worthy. That's what I think.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And then another follow-up question will be, all I need. I mean, you still have the lyrics and stuff like that mapped out, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere. It's
The reason why I'm saying that is that keep it. You may
okay.
never know, because you are on your way to stardom. I can tell you right there from where I sit. So keep it,
It's nice.
and you know what? Lock it up somewhere. One day, it will become beneficial to you. You are super. You are super. I mean,
Thank
listening
you.
to you, the lyrics and your music and stuff like that, man. Anytime any of our DJs play and the music, and they say, "Gee, who's that? Who is that? Oh, she's from Ghana. From Ghana?" I said, "What the heck do you mean from Ghana?" Well, the next superstar is being born right here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Petra?
Thank
Awesome. So I wanted to ask you, Tracy, what was the first song you ever wrote and what inspired that song?
Mhm.
All I need, like I said earlier, I remember it was something about finding yourself. Yeah, and I was kind of speaking to myself. And when I say all I need, I don't remember everything, but I guess I was talking about um, trying to break free from the society, which is, I was in school and everything felt slow. So all I need
Mm,
is myself, to push myself harder than, normally I would. So I think that's what inspired the song in the first place.
mhm. That's beautifully said. And I guess that's pretty much what you're doing through your music. The whole journey is finding yourself.
Yeah,
That's a great first song. So I
thanks.
wanted to ask you as well, what what would you say has been one of your biggest challenges in your music career so far, and how have you overcome it?
I'm sorry,
Or
your was breaking a little bit.
Yeah, sure. What has been your biggest challenge in your music career so
Oh,
far?
okay. So far, I'll say it's been hard to um, find people that are my people in this society, because,
Mhm,
like I said, the genre I'm doing is not really very common. It's not common
Mhm.
out there. So
Yeah.
for you to find like minds and connect with them and like talk about genres that are not very Afrobeat or Afro inspired anything, it's been hard. And as an artist, I feel like I've been very solo from the beginning, which I'm not complaining, but at some point it gets lonely, but then we move on. So
mhm.
yeah, that's been the challenge so far, and as well as promotion, because it's as an indie artist, you are very limited to certain kind of resources. You don't really it's not really by chance in the music industry. You have to connect with this person and then this person, and it's like if you're not in a label here, it's hard to break through that barrier. So,
Yeah, for sure. So how are you working to overcome these challenges, would you say?
yeah, right now I'm working with a team. We are not really contract bound, but it's a progress. They help a little bit with like I said, promotion, and then the creative aspect is left with me. It's up to me. So yeah, it's a bit of a progress, but it's not the ultimate level I want to reach in terms of that challenge.
Hmm. But it's good that you definitely have like a structure in place, and you're working on, your career and your next steps, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, awesome. And one more question before I pass it over to Ron. I
Taking it
wanted to
from taking it from the pro, yeah. Petra is a 2020 Juno Award nominee, reggae, a superstar. So yeah, I mean, she
Wow.
coming from her, uh, it's right. She plans her questions. You know what? she's here. She's here to do justice to that. Petra, go ahead. Sorry
And
for that.
this guy right here, he's a Juno winner.
Yeah, Juno, what with a TYB? Exactly.
Yeah.
He's so modest. You're definitely in good hands, Tracy.
Yeah, thank you.
So I wanted to ask you before I pass over the question, I wanted to ask you, how do you stay motivated in such a competitive industry?
Like Mr. Ron said, it comes down to your passion for the music. It's like whatever thing I do, I come back to music. I can go as far as, you know, doing anything else, but I always come back to the music, and that's just what motivates me and keeps me going. I don't see myself doing anything else for in a long run for too long except music. So yeah. I think that the love for it enough is keeping me here.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Tracy. Thank you for sharing. Ron?
Thank you.
I guess Tracy, you and I know each other a little bit. I would say.
Yep.
Tell us, tell us a little bit about your writing process. If you get a song, or you find some people use beats, whatever it is, what do you do to go about getting the song sound? Like "Dangerous," for instance. I know that you took that from a song and then you put your words to it. So how do you go about doing this?
Yeah, so I listen to the song, which the instruments, the beat. I listen to it, and on the first take, I try and just like get out the idea to like form the melodies, to section it out from first verse to pre-chorus to chorus, and then I try and see if it feels good. Does this melody feel good? Does this melody feel make me feel the feeling that I'm going for? And if I find that out, if I get that, I now like try and figure out what I'm going to talk about. So So yeah, it's a slow process, but then after I find my theme for the song, then I begin writing. And I use BandLab a lot in this process. I use BandLab. That's why I get my ideas down. And yeah, I use a little bit of techniques to also figure it out along the way in case I get stuck. So, yeah, that's
So
it.
tell people what BandLab is. What is that? What is BandLab?
BandLab. Oh yeah, it's an app you can load the song onto, and then you can record your vocals into it and add a few effects just to make yourself sound clearer. It's a very helpful app. It's free, and you can get it on Play Store, App Store, any of them.
In other words, it's a miniature DAW.
Yeah,
It sounds like, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, what are your plans for the next year or two here? Tell us about that.
Oh, the next year or two. So
Oh,
I'm
before you
working.
answer that, can I ask you one more question? Coffee or
Sure.
tea? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee,
Okay.
definitely.
Oh no.
Definitely
I'm
Oh,
coffee.
you're
team
right,
Oh,
tea,
come on.
Tracy.
right in
Come
my heart. You
on,
got me
team
right in the heart.
tea.
No right or wrong answer. Tell us about the next year or two. Sorry, that was a distraction.
So I'm working on a few singles this year and hopefully an EP, and I want to get that out. And my goal is to reach the outside world with these songs because I really believe in them, and I hope it gets there. So in the following years to come, I I want to be a little bit known in the industry in Ghana and out there, maybe in Europe or in the US or in Canada, specifically in Europe. So yeah, that's my aim for next year or in the next 2 years to come.
Yeah, and you know what? I always look at it as any mistake is an opportunity to learn. So if you don't get there, you can learn from that too. And I think that's the best approach to all this. So, anyways, TYB, go ahead.
Yeah, Tracy. You said something that is very loaded, but I would like to let you know that I think being in Ghana and playing pop, right? You should see it as
Right.
an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You should
Yeah.
see it as an advantage because you see the mindset is going one way. Everybody is doing the same thing, right? So you have to come out and be who you are, right? Because you cannot say that,
Right.
oh, everybody is doing that, so I'm going to do that. So if I'm not doing it, count it as an advantage. We've interviewed or we had conversations with a lot of artists, Grammy Award winners, and all these kind of stuff. And whenever we have interviews with them or conversations with them, we don't say interviews, conversations with them. They give us the best out of them, but sometimes they started in a very disadvantageous kind of setting. But in your case, we've had a group from Ghana. They appeared here twice, and because they were doing the same thing, high life music, they caught the eye of some international promoters. And this past summer, or yeah, last summer, they were in Europe. They're touring. They broke it
Wow.
through, right? So this is a platform that we've created to highlight artists like you, right? And
Right.
because we like what you're doing, don't think that because you're performing in Ghana, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing. Don't change. Don't change it because you know what? Um,
Right.
it's an advantageous. You are in an advantageous position, and we here on Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, will be assisting you because that's what we want to do. We want to promote people, keep you where you sort of because anytime we play your music, there's so many countries listening to you, and the feedback has been very positive. It says, "Oh, Tracy Gray, who? As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He says, "Who is that? Is that Rihanna coming on your show?" I said, "Can you read?" Right? It's Tracy Gray. You're coming out and you are on a very great foot. Keep your team together, and you know what? Do the best that you can, but don't limit the scope as to where you want to take your music, because you know what? Music is like politics. It can switch just like 1 second. So
Yeah.
you're on the right path. Keep writing the music, and don't get any distraction. Don't be distracted, because if I had been in Ghana back in the day, I would have been, doing the same thing. But hey, when I got out of it, I still play music. I've still played my whole life. I have traveled the world over, right? I've performed, and right now I'm saying, okay, I've come to a point where I've said, okay, why don't I also get other artists? I never got any help.
Okay.
Back in the day, it was like you have to do payola. You have to go to radio stations for people to, never think about it. Use social media. That is where you belong. Don't think about anybody saying that, oh yeah, you're in Ghana, you have to do it. No, you are in an advantageous position, and then your music is superb. Keep doing what you have to do. That's why you were dubbed as the pop diva. The best is yet to come for you. PETRAA?
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Words from the wise.
Mm-hmm. If you hear that from like the wise, wonderful TYB, Juno Award winner,
That's
you're
right.
in a great place. Yeah. So Tracy, I wanted to ask you, like, out there right now listening, there are some little Tracy Grays out there, wanting to be inspired by, and wanting to hear some words of wisdom. Could you share that with them?
Oh, okay. To
Now go.
is it to the people watching right now, or
Yeah, like if there was a young artist coming up, a little
okay?
young Tracy Gray coming up, like what advice would you share with her in order for her to, reach where you
Yeah,
are, or just encourage her and inspire her on her journey?
Tracy,
yeah. I
Tracy,
would
not
say
Tracy, not only watching right now. There are a lot of listeners too. We are live on radio too. So go
okay.
ahead.
I would say, like, little Tracy, follow your heart. Don't listen to what people will tell you. Just start with what you want to do and keep doing it and stay consistent, because it gets a little bit frustrating because you think what you are doing is out of the ordinary, but there'll come a time where everything will make sense. So keep doing what you're doing.
Well said. Beautifully said, Tracy. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you too.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I also wanted to ask you another question, like how do you navigate the business side of the music industry in relation to marketing and branding? Being that marketing and branding tends to be a lot of artists' challenges, And I'm excited to hear this answer because I'm in marketing. I love marketing, and I'm also a musician. But I'd love to hear your take on that question.
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I have a team of people that help me out with the technical stuff. So, when it comes to marketing, it's like my A&R team. So they help me like get the word out if I'm about to perform a show or something. Like they get those stuff for me. They get people's ears and eyes on me. And yeah, I also post on social media. Not so often, but I do. And the business aspects is more run by me and a few other friends. We come together, we contribute, and then we push it forward. And it hasn't been only me. A lot of people have also helped in like pushing my name out there. A few friends, my friends have really been supportive, and I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. You can't even say enough. And Mr. Ron has also been very, very supportive, getting
Yay!
me here.
Ron, are you lovely? Oh, Ron, do I see Ron blushing right there?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's Mhm.
That's awesome. And shout out to your friends, Tracy. Like, we see that your friends have been messaging, they're super supportive.
Yes.
Shout out to you,
Yeah.
Sonia, Samuel. Hope I'm pronouncing it right, Abranti. You know, is there anyone you want to shout out right now? Like,
Yeah, Abrantier, Ezzy, and Samo Amo is actually my brother. So yeah.
oh,
Yes.
oh, not, and he was the inspiration for Dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Him and Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. Family is good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. And I think that that also goes to show, you know, how important having the right support system around you is while you're an artist, while you're building your career, you know, because when you look out, when you're on that stage and you're looking out into the crowd, you want to see some familiar faces, you know,
Yep.
because just
Yep.
seeing a couple
That's
of
true.
those faces that gives you that, you know, that energy to keep pushing and, you know,
Yeah.
so that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron?
Hey, Tracy, because I know you a little bit, I know you performed last week. How did that performance go for you?
Please, can you come again? Your line was breaking
Sure.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. No problems. I know that you were performing last weekend. How did that go for
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah, it was really amazing. It was a small pub, but it was full of energy. Everybody there was very excited even before I got there. So yeah, they really cheered me. They sang along. At some point, I was singing "Someone Like You" from Adele, by Adele, and
Ooh.
the whole crowd just took the song, and I
See?
had to leave it for them. So yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. It's nice getting out there and singing for people. To see the way people connect to music is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And how's the guitar playing going? I know you play guitar. How has that been for you?
Yeah, it's going well. So yeah, I work. So after work, I come back home and do a little bit of like practice. I learn chords on my own. But unfortunately, I tore a string yesterday, so
Oh no.
That happens.
Yeah.
yeah, I have to get new strings.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, a little piece of advice here: always keep extra ones with you. I probably bring at least 2 sets with me to every performance, and I probably have 5 at any one time in my house. So it's just something to think about. So you don't have to be looking around. That's just advice, but you don't have to take any of it. And
I know.
so do you think you're going to be starting to write more songs on your guitar? Like a lot of artists, like Ed Sheeran, that's where he spends most of his time when he's writing songs. He does that on guitar. What about you? Where do you think? You see that in the future for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think the main reason why I haven't had songs start with the guitar is my is because I get a lot of people giving me their own song, which I'm not against. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I haven't really. I have a few that have inspirations from the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
but they aren't into any kind of recording yet. But yes, in the future, I know that's going to be like very evident. I'm going to use the guitar a lot in songs that uses guitar.
Yeah, I know with guitar, with acoustic, you play acoustic guitar.
Yep.
And one of the things I will tell you about acoustics is that never plug them into your recording system. You always mic them. You can play acoustics live on stage plugged in, but when you're on stage, off stage and you're recording, always use a microphone. I've seen many guys they're using 2 microphones for recording, and it's a really good practice for getting that really nice acoustic guitar sound that artists are able to get. And they're not doing it because they're plugged there into directly in. It's called a direct or a DI. They're using a microphone to record their instrument. So it's just a heads up there because I learned this the hard way. I plugged in my acoustic one time and I went, ew, That sounds terrible. How can this sound so terrible? And then I tried a microphone, and this is like, oh, there's why. So that's just a little heads up there for you. But if you're ever going to record with it, use a microphone. It's a great way to get a good sound. Anyways, TYB, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Ron, for your always giving us your teacher's might.
Yes, it's the teacher in me. I know it'll never leave me. I know.
Yeah, Tracy, you said something that's also interesting. You said you have a team around you, right?
Yeah.
Bro, is it Sammy, right?
Yes.
That's right. Apart from Sammy, and we've seen that we've heard a lot of we've read a lot of stories about family getting into the business. But my one thing that I will impart to you is to put the same team together and also have some contractual agreements. Because as you going up, right, things will be different. Because you don't want 4951 coming in. 49%, that 1% in between there can bring a whole career down. So don't ever think that, oh, you know what, he's my friend, that is the team. So something has got to be, you have to have that understanding. Because that's in the time that we're playing. So get some stuff together and then do it the right way, because I can see a very bright future for you because of the stuff that I've been listening to. My next question is always PETRAA used to always ask this question: how did you feel when you stepped into the recording studio, your first time in the recording studio? Tell us the atmosphere, how you felt, and the follow-up question will be, when did you hear your music being played on air or by a DJ? The floor is yours.
Oh, okay. So the first time I stepped into a recording studio, to be honest, I was nervous because, that was my first time. And I got into the booth, so it was a secluded area, and they closed the door and everything, and I was like, this is how it feels, we are going professional now. That was about 18 when I did that. And I sang and I heard my voice for the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, it's different, it's nice. And the first time I heard my song being played on the radio was on Joy FM. If you're familiar with Joy FM, they are one of the biggest radio stations here, and that was Dangerous. They played Dangerous, and like I said, the team has been very helpful, so they made that happen, and my friends as well. So constant sharing and here and there. So Joy FM heard it, and they played the song, and I went to Joy FM, and I sang a little bit there. So it felt nice hearing my music on air, Right? There's more of that to come. So
that's great. That's good. I quite remember myself, so I heard my song being played on air, and I said, "What the heck is that? Is that really me?" Yeah, it gives you the energy to go along. But you know what?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all that you are looking out for is success. It's not all about the money right now. The money will come as it goes. It's hard work, because in this our industry, it's a jungle. It's never easy. And don't take no or yes for an answer. You have to have everything on paper and make sure that anything that you do is right there. Yes, as you going up there, there'll be so many distractors trying to pull you down, but you have to be on guard and then do what the best is good for Tracy. I think I have exhausted my questions, because like the fact of the matter is that I appreciate you and I love your music, and we are going to continue to assist in promoting it. And like I said, do not get any distractions, because everybody's doing one thing. Keep doing what you're doing, and make sure that everything is right there for you. Because I see the best in you. The best of Tracy is yet to come. Petra?
Oh, thank you so
Most
much.
definitely. Yeah, no, I could have said it better myself, TYD. I just want to say, Tracy, you're such a talented, wonderful young lady. And it's been a pleasure to interview you today on A Highway 6 to Africa. Are there any final thoughts that you'd like to share? And also, you want to let the audience know where they can get in contact with Tracy, where they can hear your music? If you want to just take a minute to share that with the listeners.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for having me here today. It's been a very big pleasure coming on the show today, and it's nice talking to Petra, Mr. Ron, and TYB. And to the people that came online, you spent an hour or maybe even if it was 2 minutes coming online to listen and to watch. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in today. And if you want to listen to any of my songs are available on all social media, on all DSPs, and I go by the name Tracy Gray, of course. And on social media, it's Tracy Gray Music. So yeah, I'll just be looking forward to connect with everybody there. And be sure to stay connected to me as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
And
too.
also, thank you, Tracy. Any final thoughts from you, Ron?
Hey Tracy, we'll keep in touch, and as they say, you've got some really nice compliments from these other two, and I say that you have a bright future as long as you can keep a straight and narrow path in terms of keeping yourself focused on what you want to do. You're going to do great, and don't get distracted by other things in your life, and you'll do just fine, young lady. You just do awesome. TYB?
Well, folks, I love it when we come in here every Saturday. And to those of you who are listening to us for the first time, we are here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I love the Afrobeat music, talk radio. We are here 24/7. We have different types of programming and talk programs and music 24/7 and others. So, and it's an educational tool, a platform for artists. If you're an artist out there and then you want to be highlighted, of course, you can submit your music. Just Google ASAP Love Bay Radio. And the music has got to be clean. If it's rough, no. If it's clean, yes, we'll play it. No payola. You don't, if you want to pay any payola, go and donate it or give it to any mental health organization around you or any charity of your choice. Just send the music, you send it, and we play it. And on that note, Petra, over
Can
to
Yeah.
I
you.
say one more thing?
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw in the comments Jeremiah Nate, and he said he wrote something, and I just had a memory. 32 Gray was my group in high school. So I guess he's one of the members from that. And I just want to say hi to him.
Shout out Jeremiah on Obed's side as well.
Yeah, Obed, the big man. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. So, yes, folks, that's been it. Thank you again for joining us on Highway 6 to Africa. I hope it was a nice, smooth ride for you guys. We'll be back again next week with more wonderful guests, great conversation, touching topics about the music industry that very few people are talking about. So, make sure you guys tune in. Highway 6 to Africa every single Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Sending you guys lots of love. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, Love Big
Take,
family.
take care,
Bye-bye.
everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.